So hi guys, what's up? How are you today? So today we're gonna talk about vegan wines. Do you know what is it, a vegan wine? Because I found this topic quite confusing, so I'm happy to help you to clarify what is it, this topic. And if you are vegan, I'm happy to give you more information and more insights about it. So let's start. So I'm Michele Arbolato. I'm an Italian sommelier based in London. I study at the prestigious Italian Sommelier Association School in Italy and in a few international sommelier schools in London. I worked in a few restaurants in London. I learned quite a lot of experience and I'm here to help you. I want to make the wine and spirit world easy for you and give you some more insights, curiosity, tips in an easy way, in a fun way. So stay tuned. So the first time I discovered the vegan wines was a few months after my diploma as a sommelier. So I started to work in a restaurant and a lady asked me, is this wine vegan? And my face was a big question mark. Like, what? Vegan? Well, I didn't have at that time idea, even because this kind of topic was quite new, and in the schools, in the training, we didn't talk about actually these kind of vegans, vegetarians wine. Basically, a vegan wine is a wine that doesn't use any animal proteins. And then you say, animal proteins, are they in the wine? Yes, they are where they are often used to fining the wine and to clarify the wine, especially for the whites, but also for some reds. So there are the main concept is the yeast. The yeast is the focal point. So basically, to make a wine, we ferment the juice, the grape juice, with the yeast. The yeast basically eats the sugar that comes from the grape juice and it produces alcohol. Once the yeast eaten the sugar in the juice, it dies, basically. It dies. And it basically falls down in the bottom of the tank, the barrel, or the bottle if it is a champenoise method. So this yeast gives a bit of cloudy color, and sometimes also it leaves a bit of different taste. So not always the producer wants to keep the yeast, so they have to fine in the wine and also clarify the wine. Most common way to fining a wine and clarify a wine is the use of the egg white. The egg white put in the wine basically absorb the yeast and the tannins that the producer doesn't want anymore in the wine. So that is the first way to do it. Way used by the producers is the fish, the bladders of the fish. The most famous one, the most used one is the sturgeon, the one that you produce also the caviar. So with these bladders basically coming from the fish, they fining the wine and they clarify the wine. So that is another way quite often used to fining the wine. So we do have the use of derivatives like casein, then there is also gelatin that is used. So all these kind of animal proteins are used to fining the wine. The most used one I have was the egg white, especially for the premium red. That it was it was especially good to also attract the bitter tannins from the premium red wines. I've been in some prestigious wineries in France and Italy, and they were using sometimes this kind of egg white, with my surprise. There is a way that is the use of the bentonite clay. That is a clay mainly found in some US states, that basically it's clay usually also in the makeup from the women, to basically absorb the impurities in the skin. And this clay basically has the same effect as the egg white and the bladder from the fish. It is a bit less good for the premium red wines because it's a bit less able to absorb and attract the bitter tannins. However, they are improving the technology, so that it is the best way to finding and clarify a vegan wine. So how do you understand if a wine is vegan or not, vegan or vegetarian? That is the main question I always have. So because it is not always written on the label, and even if the producers are starting to be more conscious about, more aware about this kind of trend or demand, so they are starting to write suitable for vegan. However, the best way to understand if a wine is vegan is checking indeed the label. If it is possible, go on the online website. Okay, so here I have a wine, an Albarino, that I will probably enjoy with my friends over the weekend. It is an Albarino from Rias Baixas, Galicia, and this one is vegan, and it is suitable for vegan and vegetarians. I love Albarino. It is perfect with seafood in general. I love the stone fruits that there are. But here, as you can see, there is no written, I hope you can see clearly. Anyway, there is no written, it is not mentioned at all that it is suitable for vegans or vegetarian. So you have to go to check in the website of the shop. Probably more likely check the spreadsheet of these the technical sheet of this wine eventually to understand, or eventually even email or call the producer, because sometimes we are not yet there that it is mentioned everywhere. For instance, in this website that is quite well made, it is quite clear if how the wine is, the producer, if it is organic, biodynamic, and if it is suitable for vegetarian and vegan people. So that is the another way. But also, even here, sometimes it is not always written, so you can email the producer if there is a particular wine that you are curious about, you would like to try, or you can call them. So that are other common way that I use in the past to understand for my clients. It is not for me extremely important matter, because however, if there is a residual, it is very little, by extremely little, if there isn't at all, because the filters are quite good these days. However, if your concern instead is more about how to process the finding and the clarification, I agree with you, the bentonite clay is the best one. If you are enjoying the video, please subscribe to the channel, give the thumb up and click the notification bell. This will help to support the channel and will help me to make more videos in the future. So I hope you are enjoying. Thank you. So here instead we can see a good example of a label well made. Here is Reineke with its Chenin Blanc, and it is written suitable for vegans. He also produced a lovely Sauvignon Blanc from Stellenbosch, South Africa. So this is a good example, this is a good producer. And here also there is a Barolo from Italy, Vietti is the producer, that he has the logo vegan, and there is written suitable for vegans. So I believe these kind of producers they can really benefit to having a wider audience for their wines, and so they will be able to communicate better with the customers in general. So these are good examples. Curious about to understand well how to pair a wine with food. Here somewhere in the screen should appear a link to a video that explains exactly how to pair wine with food. And so if you click this link, it will start after this video. I hope you will enjoy it. I hope you found interesting the video, the content useful for you. I hope you are more conscious about vegan wine and how you can understand if a wine is vegan. If you like the video, please subscribe to the channel, give the thumb up to the video, click the bell to receive all the notification for future videos coming out, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.